بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear daughters and sons. Today, inshallah, we're going to take the pondering and understanding of Surat AlKhawthar. AlKhawthar. At the beginning, would like to know what is the meaning of AlKhawthar. Anyone knows the meaning of AlKhawthar? If anyone knows, just raise his hand, please, or her hand, and I can let him speak. Yes, Ya Alia.
That means abundance.
Means abundance, right?
Yeah,
What is the meaning of abundance?
a lot.
Excellent, a lot. So here, when we are speaking about a lot of what? What do you think? A lot of what?
Good
This
deeds.
is what we're going, yeah?
A lot of good deeds.
A lot of rewards. A lot of rewards. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take in the first ayah in this surah is talking to his prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and telling him, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. We gave you a lot of gifts or abundance, as you mentioned. Also, we have another meaning for AlKhawthar. Anyone knows another meaning for AlKhawthar? Anyone knows what is other meaning? Yes, Ya Alia.
I think it means river.
It is? Again, sorry?
I think it means river.
River where?
In Jannah.
Excellent. So it is a name of river. River in Jannah. The name of river in Jannah. And this was the gift of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam that Allah gave him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this came in the hadith sahih. Now we'll start with the first ayah. The first ayah is saying, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Now we're going to know what is the meaning of this ayah. Inna, what is the meaning of inna? Inna, the first word, inna.
Does it mean indeed?
No, inna, indeed, what you say, ya Fatma, is without alif. You see, there is alif here. Hamza, noon, alif. Inna, what you are saying is without the alif. That's why we say inna, indeed. But here, inna, yes, ya Alia.
Surely. It means surely.
Inna. Inna means we. Inna in Arabic means we. Yes, that's why I'm telling you in the translation. You have to see the translation, yes, but also not all the translation is accurate. That's why you have to follow me and try to write what I'm writing here. So inna in Arabic means in English we. Inna, we. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about himself. And he's not saying I, he's saying we, because in Arabic language, when you talk about someone great, so you say, he say about himself, we, not I. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying about himself by saying we. So we here give you the sensation of greatness. that Allah the Great, Allah Al-Azim, Allah Al-Kabir is talking to his prophet and saying, Inna, we. Okay, understood? Here, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet, yes, we, inna a'tainaka. What's here a'tainaka means? Who knows? a'tainaka, we have karma. Yes, ya karma.
Gave you.
Yes, here a'tainaka, excellent. We had given you. a'tainaka, we had given you. Here, a'ta is a verb in Arabic, a'ta. So Allah had given kaf, the letter kaf here means you, pronoun regarding the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Inna a'tainaka, we had given you, ya Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, al-Kawthar. Now, again, the word Al-Kawthar, we have two meanings for Al-Kawthar. Al-Kawthar means, as we said in the beginning, the abundance of rewards. The abundance of reward or river in Jannah. And there is a hadith for the Prophet ﷺ speaking about that. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised him by a river in Jannah called Al-Kawthar. So when I ask you what is Al-Kawthar, you have two meanings to tell me. Number one, it means abundance in rewards. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a lot of rewards to Prophet Muhammad. And number two, the gift is the river in Jannah. Very beautiful river in Jannah is called Al-Kawthar. Now we'll come to the meaning of abundance, which is the first meaning we mentioned about the Al-Kawthar. And we said, or Alia said, it is lots of what? Lots of rewards. What you think the lots of rewards that Allah gave his prophet? What do you think? Can one just enumerate to me 1, 2, 3, 4? What types of rewards that Allah gave his prophets? Who can tell me? Rewards that being given to the prophet during his life to make it easier. What type of rewards given to the prophet during his life? During the prophet life, we just took it last time. Last time, remember what we took? We took the surah of victory, or Al-Fath, Surat An-Nasr, a victory. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the rewards given to the Prophet during his life is a victory, or Fath Makkah, or the Makkah conquest. And from the victory that lots of Muslims entered Islam. This is from the reward. And what else? Conquest, Islamic conquest. Islamic conquest everywhere around the Arab Peninsula. This is also rewards. And what else? What else that Allah promised his prophet by the river in Jannah? This is one of the reward. and also that all Muslims will enter Jannah. This is from the rewards. And the being Muslims is having the rewards return back to the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام. يعني all the Muslims from the time of the Prophet till the day of judgment, their rewards will return back, or their good deeds, or being Muslim, its reward will their rewards of being Muslim will return back to the Prophet, because he is the one who made or who conveyed the message to them. So here, for example, that if you do something good and people are imitating you in this thing, so the hasanat, or the good deeds they are doing, they are taking its rewards, and you also taking its rewards, because you are the one who initiated such good activity. So the same for the Prophet ﷺ. He is the one who conveyed the message. So all Muslims enter the Islam till the day of judgment, they being rewarded, and the ajr, or their rewards also will return back to the Prophet in his rewards, or in his good deeds record, because he was the one, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him a reason for people to know about Islam and then to be guided and be Muslim. Understood? Understood, my children, what I'm saying? Any question in this aspect? Yeah, Arina and Alan, or you are following?
Yes.
So can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is the meaning of abundance?
Abundance means a lot of rewards during his life, which could also be victory, lot, and
It's already in front of you in the screen. You can see it in front of you. So the most important, as we mentioned, that a lot of rewards, and from this reward, the river in Jannah, which is named as AlKhawthar, and the other things we mentioned, the conquest, the victory, the people entered Islam, and the Muslims who having their rewards will return back to the Prophet. All this is the abundance. Okay, now we'll go to ayah. Now we'll go to ayah 2, which is فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. What does it mean? فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. فَصَلِّ, yes, ya Karma.
Pray to Allah.
Excellent. Pray. Here, fa, the letter fa here means so, So when you're going to translate it, it will be so pray for your Lord. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ, for your Lord. Pray for your Lord. Wanhar. What is wanhar? Wanhar means sacrifice. Sacrifice. You know what we know as Eid al-Adha? You know Eid al-Adha in the Muslims? Who knows Eid al-Adha? What's supposed to do in Eid al-Adha? Anyone can tell me? Yes, ya Alia. Alia, yes, you can go.
You meant to go to Hajj, and one of the parts of Hajj is to sacrifice a sheep.
Yes, excellent. So it's not actually only for the Hajj, because Eid al-Adha related also to the people who are not performing the Hajj. What the people who are not performing the Hajj to do is, after finishing the Salah of the Eid in the first day of the Eid, they will directly go to sacrifice with their animal. This animal could be sheep, it could be a cow, it could be a camel even. It's according to what's everyone capability. One can sacrifice with sheep, one sheep, or 7, they can share a cow. They can buy a cow and sacrifice with a cow 7 persons, or 7 persons they can be shared in a camel. So the sacrifice could be sheep or cow or camel, and this happening in the first day of Eid al-Adha, immediately after finishing the Salatul Eid or the Eid prayer. So here, what we can learn from the ayah, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking his prophet, and of course all of us, to do what? To pray and to sacrifice to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only, not to anyone else. So here you can feel the meaning of devotion. Devotion and sincerity. How the Muslim should be sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything he's doing, including his prayer and his sacrifice and his fasting. Whatever you are doing from the orders of the Islam or from the pillars of Islam, you should do it definitely only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be devoted for Allah. Okay, easy? Now the last ayah here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet, after telling him about the rewards, a lot of rewards waiting for him, and so he should continue on praying to his Lord and doing his ritual, including sacrifice, and go on in his da'wah, go on in his message, inviting others to Islam, and don't pay much attention to his enemies. Don't pay much attention to his enemies, and the enemies of the Prophet ﷺ were the disbelievers at that time. So the last ayah is saying inna. Here inna, ya Fatma, as you mentioned, this is indeed. Here inna means here indeed. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Now, who knows? We mentioned that inna at the beginning is indeed, the first one. What is shani'aka? Who knows shani'aka? Anyone knows shani'aka? All of you have the application. You should just have a look to do your application in order to know the answer. Yes, ya Alia.
It means your enemies.
Yes. Shani'aka ya Alia alone is your enemy. Inna is indeed. Shani'aka is your enemy. Okay? So, can anyone tell me who is the enemy of the Prophet? Huh? Who is the enemy of the Prophet that the ayah is speaking about? I just mentioned now. I want others actually to share. Thank you, Alia. You are, mashallah, very active, but I want others to share. Karma, can you know who is the enemy of the Prophet?
I'm not sure.
I already mentioned it. What you think? What you think? Who is the enemy of the Prophet? Huh? The Prophet is coming to whom? To Mecca, right? Did all the people believe in him?
Al-Quraysh?
Yes. Did all the people of Quraysh believed in the Prophet ﷺ?
No.
Excellent. So we have other group who didn't believe, so they are the disbelievers, right?
Yes.
So these are his enemies. These are his enemies. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Now the ayah is saying, indeed your enemy is the one, the abtar. What is the abtar? Who is The abtar. The abtar. The abtar means the cut off. Cut off what? In other meaning, to be more easy, the cut off is that has the one has no offspring or have no what we call it male's offspring or male children. Why I'm saying that? Because this is related to a very bad tradition in the Arab Peninsula at that time, that they were caring so much about the boys. When they have boys, so the father is thinking that when he passed away, his name will still present all over the time, because his boy will grown up and marry and have another children that carry the same name of the father, or the family name, in other words. But if they have the female or the girls, so the girls will marry and will lose her name or the name of the family, her family, and she belongs to her actually her husband name. And you can see this is the character of Jahiliyyah, or the character of ignorance. Only ignorant people who are doing that, because in Islam it's not like that. In Islam, the woman is preserving her name even after marriage. She's still having the name of her family, and not the name is changed to the family name of her husband. And this is of the appreciation and the honor that Islam gave the woman when she married. So here, again, when we return back to this point, that the Arab at that time, they were proud of having male children. And because the Prophet ﷺ, all his boys were passed away in a very young age. He has no lived boys. He has 3, and both of them died in a very young age while during his life, ﷺ. So they were mocking the Prophet. The disbelievers were mocking the Prophet and saying that he is a cut-off, or al-abtar, that he doesn't have someone who is carry his name and the family name after that. So the Quran is replying on such disbeliever and telling them this is not the right. You are the one who cut off, not the Prophet ﷺ. Because you are looking for remembrance. The issue here is remembrance. How people will remember them after they passed away. Now, when we are speaking about the Prophet ﷺ and his remembrance, do we remember the Prophet now? We remember the Prophet, and this is from the dhikr to say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. This is one type of remembrance. And the Shahada. The Shahada is the first pillar of Islam. The first pillar of Islam, what we are saying. If someone is entering the Islam as a new Muslim, he will say, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. You can count how many new Muslims entered Islam since the Prophet up till now. How many? Billions, maybe a lot. And also another thing, the adhan. What is the adhan? The adhan is the call to prayers. How many times mentioning Muhammad Rasulullah? أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله 5 times daily. It's been mentioned 5 times daily, right? And every second. Why I'm saying every second? 5 times daily in this is a prayer, daily prayers. And this is happening not 5 times, it's 5 times in one country. But if you're going to see the whole earth, so it is every second in the whole, every second in the whole earth. Now, for example, we are waiting for the Maghrib here. It's going to be Al-Fajr in Indonesia and in South Asian countries. So you can imagine how many times we have adhan and how many prayers are being done now. We are waiting for the Maghrib, but already the Maghrib being called, and another country is waiting for the Maghrib, and another countries now the Maghrib prayer is happening, and the people are calling the adhan or calling to prayers. And in every time this prayer, what's been mentioned in this prayer or call to prayer is saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So now my question, who is Al-Abtar? Those disbelievers that nobody knows their names even now, or the names of their children, or the names of their grandchildren, or the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, that his name after 1400 years and more is still mentioned every second all over the earth, all over the world in the Shahada associated with the name of Allah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم سبحانك الله وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Any questions in those ayat? Is it clear for everyone?
Yeah.
You know the difference now between who is the cutoff?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. I need you to write what I mentioned now, very important to be written in order to have this answer if you have any questions about that, and to know that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored his prophet in this life and in the hereafter, and also by honoring our prophet, so Allah honored us, all of us as Muslims. So we have to be very proud to be Muslims, very proud to have this deen, very proud to have this religion that honored us, honored the girls, and made the rights of the woman is number one, to have it before marriage and during her marriage and after marriage. The only religion that raised the quality and raised the position of the woman, not like other religion, not like other laws. Even after 1400 years and more, the Prophet ﷺ in the Quran and in the Hadith is doing a very simple, in a very simple way, the most acceptable and respectable laws for the woman and her honoring. And how the remembrance, to make people remember you, it's not because you are boy or a girl. Make people remember you by your deeds, by what you are doing for them, but your role in helping others, in supporting others, in inviting others to this religion, in reading more and more about your religion, to be more proud, to know what's in the Quran, to be understanding all the ayat that Allah revealed to his prophet, in order to know the real religion and the real precious religion that you are belonging to. جزاكم الله خيرا وأحسن الله إليكم. Inshallah, see you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Because